Okay, so have you guys heard about this AI franchise thing? I mean, it's everywhere you look online.
Yeah, it's definitely making the rounds.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's kind of freaking me out a little.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like on one hand, they're making these crazy claims like you can make tons of money, like thousands of dollars a week, work from anywhere, retire early, all thanks to AI. But then, like, the other half of me is like, come on, is this another one of those too good to be true things?
Right, right. Well, it's definitely playing into all the hype around AI right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's everywhere you look these days, you know. AI is like revolutionizing everything.
Oh, totally.
And this AI franchise thing is well, it's basically trying to position itself as a way for, regular people to cash in on that.
Exactly. And that's what's got me all like intrigued and terrified at the same time, right? Like,
Yeah.
what if this is the real deal? What if I'm missing out on like the future of making money?
I hear you. It's definitely tapping into that fear of being left behind, right? That whole, AI is going to take over the world. And if you don't get on board now, you're going to be, eating ramen noodles for the rest of your life.
Oh my God, that's like my worst nightmare.
Right.
So we got to figure this out, right?
Right, dude.
Like, is this legit or is it just a bunch of smoke and mirrors?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a deep dive into all the stuff we've got on this AI franchise thing.
Okay.
We got marketing materials, we got testimonials, we even got a letter from the guy who created it.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole shebang.
All right. Well, let's see if we can separate the hype from reality here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Cut through the BS. So first things first, what exactly is this AI franchise thing?
Well, the basic pitch is, for like 10 bucks, you get access to this fully operational online business that they claim has already made over $247,000.
Wait, so I pay 10 bucks and I get a business that's already making over 200 grand.
That's what they're saying.
That seems a little, I don't know, a
Yeah,
little fishy.
it's a little fishy.
And they keep saying it's like plug and play, no experience needed. The AI does all the hard work, marketing, traffic, all that jazz. So you just basically sit back and watch the money roll in.
Right. That's the promise anyway. But, in reality, running any kind of online business, even with AI, it usually takes a lot more than just, plugging something in and watching the cash flow.
Right, because like even if the AI is doing all the technical stuff, you still got to know like what to sell, who to sell it to, how to, I don't know, run a business.
Exactly. And I mean, the idea that any business can be completely passive, that's often a bit of a misleading claim.
Okay, so already we're seeing some red flags here.
Yeah.
It's giving me those like make money in your sleep vibes.
It definitely plays on that desire for, easy money, quick riches. And they're really pushing this whole franchise analogy like you're getting a McDonald's or something, but without the hassle and a high costs of a traditional franchise.
Oh, okay. So like I'm getting a proven business model, brand recognition, all that.
That's the implication. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. But like, isn't the whole point of a franchise that you're paying for that brand recognition, that system? Like,
Yeah.
why would someone give that away for 10 bucks?
Right. That's a uh that's a good question, and I think that's where we start to see, some of the cracks in this perfect picture they're painting.
Okay, so let's dig a little deeper here. Let's talk about those testimonials they keep throwing around.
Ah, yes, the testimonials.
We've got Steve Hughes making like $1,000 in 24 hours. Gene Shaw pulling in a couple hundred in just a few hours.
hmm
Ryan Green's over here making bank passively. I mean, come on, these people are killing it.
Yeah, they definitely make it sound pretty tempting, don't they?
Right. Like, if they can do it, maybe I can too.
Sure, sure, but you always got to take those testimonials with a grain of salt. We're only seeing a very, carefully curated snapshot of their experience, right?
Yes, for sure.
Like, we don't know the full story, how much effort they put in, if their results are typical or if they're just, the lucky ones they cherry pick to make the product look good.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, and you should never base your decision on testimonials alone.
Okay, so skepticism is key here.
Absolutely.
Got it. Now let's talk about the mastermind behind all of this, Michael Chaney. He's the creator of this AI franchise,
Yeah.
and he's got like 25 years of experience in online marketing.
Hmm.
They even say he's been featured on NBC, The Times, BBC. I mean, the guy sounds legit, right?
Yeah, they definitely play up his experience and those media appearances to build credibility, you know? It's like, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, trust him.
And it works, right?
Right.
Like, I'm more inclined to believe someone who's been on TV or in the news.
Right, exactly. And he kind of comes across as this, regular guy just trying to help people achieve financial freedom, which makes him seem relatable, right?
Totally. Like,
Okay.
he's one of us.
Exactly.
But then he throws in this whole fear factor. Like, AI is going to take over all our jobs, and we need to act fast to get on board, or we're going to be left in the dust.
Yeah, that's a common tactic, preying on people's fears about the future.
So it's like, join me or die.
Pretty much.
Okay, so to recap, we got a super cheap product that supposedly makes you a ton of money using AI. They got these glowing testimonials, and the creator seems like he knows his stuff.
Yeah,
But you're saying we need to be careful.
very careful. I mean, it all sounds very, enticing.
It does.
But you got to remember, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Okay, so how do we figure out if this is the real deal or just another one of those get-rich-quick schemes? Like, where do we go from here?
Well, I think we need to dive into the specifics of this AI franchise and see what it's actually all about, under the hood.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
What's this thing really made of?
So let's take a closer look at what this AI franchise actually is, what's under the hood.
Yeah, like, what is this AI thing they keep talking about?
Right, because they throw around all these terms like ready-made promos and traffic getting assets.
Yeah,
Even a millionaire cloning system, which I don't even know what that means.
honestly, it all sounds kind of vague to me. Like, okay, great, but what does the AI actually do?
Exactly, and that's a bit of a red flag for me.
Yeah.
If the AI is supposed to be the heart of this whole thing,
Yeah.
you'd think they'd be a lot more upfront about, how it works, what it can do, what its limitations are.
Right, like what kind of AI can realistically, generate all this traffic and sales on autopilot?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
is it some kind of magical robot that just, spits out money? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It makes you wonder if they're just slapping the AI label on everything to make it sound more, cool and futuristic and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like everyone's jumping on the AI bandwagon these days, right?
Right.
Whether they actually have the goods or not.
Exactly.
Great
Exactly. And there's actually there's another layer to this whole thing that I found pretty interesting. You know how they kept talking about the franchise model?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that this AI franchise is actually it's just Cheney's existing product, the seven-figure affiliate system, but with a new shiny AI wrapper.
Wait, what? So I'm not actually getting like a unique business. I'm just becoming an affiliate for Cheney's program.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Hold on. So
Yeah.
for those of us who don't know, like what exactly is affiliate marketing?
Oh, sure, yeah. So basically you're promoting someone else's product or service,
Okay.
and if someone buys it through your unique link, you get a commission.
Okay. Okay. So it's like, you're kind of like a salesperson, but online.
Right, right. And it can be, it can be a legitimate way to make money online, but it's definitely not a passive income stream like some people might think.
Oh.
It takes a lot of work. You got to build an audience, create content, drive traffic to your offers, and it can take a while to see any, real results.
And isn't it super competitive too? Like there's probably a ton of other people promoting the same stuff.
Oh, absolutely. You're competing with a whole bunch of other affiliates for clicks and sales, so you really got to stand out from the crowd, build trust with your audience.
Okay. So even if this, magical AI could do some of the marketing for me,
Yeah.
it's still no guarantee that I'm going to, make it rain.
Right.
And what happens if like Cheney's product stops being popular or if he like changes the program or something?
Yeah, those are all good questions, and it really highlights the risk of relying on someone else's business model,
Like, because you're basically building your income on someone else's land. You have no control over what happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
And remember that $417.95 commission per sale they kept bragging about?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, first of all, you got to actually make a sale to get that. So,
Which is no easy feat.
Hmm.
And then you got to factor in all the costs of running an online business, even with the help of AI.
exactly. Yeah. Things like website hosting, email marketing software, maybe even paid advertising.
Yeah, yeah.
And all that stuff can add up pretty quickly.
Especially when you're just starting out.
Uh-huh.
And they kept saying, like, this AI franchise works right now in 2025, as if that means it's going to be successful forever. But things change so fast online, right?
Oh, yeah. The online world is like, it's like the Wild West out there.
Yeah, it's great.
What's hot today could be, totally dead tomorrow.
And speaking of things that seem too good to be true, let's talk about the bonuses. 7 of them, all free E when you buy the AI franchise for $10.
Oh yeah, the bonuses. That's classic marketing, bonus stacking. They
Yeah.
make it seem like you're getting, this incredible deal, but
Yeah.
you really got to wonder, like, what's the real value of these bonuses? Right? Are they actually going to help me build a successful business,
Yeah.
or are they just fluff to make the package look bigger?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the bonuses that caught my eye was this live 247K handover session
Look.
where Cheney supposedly hands over his entire business to the attendees.
Wow, that sounds kind of crazy. Like he's just going to give away his whole business.
But again, the language is so vague, Like, what does handover actually mean?
Right.
Is it just another sales pitch disguised as a bonus? Or is he actually giving away, valuable information and resources?
Hmm.
It's hard to say.
Okay, so we got vague explanations of the AI, repackaging of an existing product, questionable value of the bonuses. It's making me rethink this whole AI franchise thing.
Yeah, it's good that you're, starting to see through the hype.
Yeah.
Remember, the best way to approach these kinds of things is with a critical eye.
Okay.
Don't let the marketing sweep you away.
So where do we go from here? Like, how do we know for sure if this is legit or if it's a hard pass? Okay, so we've gone through a lot with this whole AI franchise thing, and honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about it anymore.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, the promise of like easy money and financial freedom is super tempting, especially these days.
Oh, totally, totally. But I think I got so caught up in the whole, like, AI is going to solve all my problems thing that I didn't really think about uh, the potential downside.
Right. It's easy to get swept away by all the hype and the promises of passive income and all that. But like we talked about building a successful business online, it's usually a lot more complicated than that.
So what's the bottom line here? Like, is this AI franchise thing a scam?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I would definitely say proceed with caution. Do your research, ask questions, and make sure you're making an informed decision.
Okay, so what kind of questions should people be asking?
Well, first off, look into the claims they're making. Like, what actual evidence do they have to back up their promises?
Yeah.
And don't just rely on the testimonials. Look for some independent reviews. See if you can find people who've actually used the product and what they have to say.
Right, because those testimonials can be, cherry-picked.
Exactly, yeah. And be wary of anything that uses fear tactics or pressure you to make a decision quickly. Legitimate business opportunities, they don't just disappear overnight.
That's true. That's true. Okay. And what about Michael Cheney, the creator? Like we talked about his experience and all that, but is there anything else we should be looking into?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good idea to do some digging on the person behind any product or program you're thinking about investing in.
Okay.
Like, look into their track record, their reputation, what other people are saying about them, stuff like that.
So basically, don't just take their word for it, right? Do your own homework.
Exactly. And remember, there's no such thing as a guaranteed get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah, I wish there was.
Yeah. Building a successful business, whether it's online or in person, it takes work, it takes strategy, and it takes a willingness to learn and adapt, to keep growing.
Yeah, definitely. And AI can be a great tool, to help you along the way.
Yeah.
But it's not like a magic wand that's just going to, make you rich overnight.
Nope, nope. You still got to put in the effort.
So for anyone out there thinking about AI franchise or any other online business opportunity, I think the biggest takeaway is, be careful, do your research, and don't let the hype cloud your judgment.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, this has been a pretty intense deep dive.
It has.
But hopefully you guys got something out of it, Learned a little something about AI and online business and all that.
Yeah, knowledge is power, right?
Always.
The more you know, the better decisions you can make.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And be sure to check out our other videos for more deep dives into, well, all sorts of interesting stuff.
Yeah. See you guys next time.